Hey there, guys and girls, I'm Miguel Sanchez. You're watching Miguel Sanchez Extra, home of the Ultimate Pretty Cure Review Show. Thank you so much for being with us today. Last time, I reviewed Episode 7 of Futari Where Pretty Cure, so if you haven't seen that yet, I had to recommend you go watch it right now. The link is up there on the top right corner screen, so give it a watch and check it out. But today, we are reviewing Episode 8 of Futari Where Pretty Cure, which is titled The End of Pretty Cure. Isn't it too soon? Or in Japanese, Burikwa Kai-san, Buchaka Hayasuki? Well, that is where I can't believe it. Nagisa and Hodoka are in trouble. Is this the end of Pretty Cure forever? Well, that is where we're gonna find out. So let's get into all the disclaimers out there. All information is taken from the Pretty Cure Wiki. Credit goes to the TV Asahi Broadcasting Corporation, TV Asahi, Toei Co. Limited, and Toei Animation. So remember that. So thank you for the support. Link to the Pretty Cure Wiki will be in the description down below. Make sure you go check that out. Also, a major warning because we have major spoilers ahead. If you have not seen the episode yet, please click away from this video. You better watch this episode first and then come back to this video. Guys, good. You have been warned. With all that said, let's jump right into it. Let's start with the summary. Hodoka's well-meaning gesture to help Nagisa get to know Fuchi goes wrong, and the girls to get into a fight. How can they continue their duties as Pretty Cure like this? That's only time will tell. Major events. Nagisa is formally introduced to Shogo Fujimura. Yeah, I thought so. The Pretty Cure notebooks given to the girls by the Stone Guardian are used for the first time. And finally, Nagisa and Hodoka start going by giving a basis instead of by surname, officially starting their friendship. Alright. It should be really good. Alright, with that being said, let's jump right into it. Synopsis. Let's get into the synopsis. Again, spoilers for this section, so be warned. With that, let's jump right into it. Nagisa Misumi and her friends stand by a window at Verona Academy during their lunch break. Shiho Kubota and Rina Takashimizu talk about cares and dieting. While Nagisa reflects on her duties as Pretty Cure, she then observes Fuchi and Hodoka Yukishiro walking together on the other side of the school, recalling that she just learned that the two were childhood friends. Shiho yells at her for not paying attention, catching her off guard. In class, Hodoka reads from a book as Nagisa observes her and begins to feel inferior. If she were a boy, Hodoka would be the type of girl she'd be attracted to Miss Yoshimi Takenouchi. To be attracted to. I thought so. Miss Yoshimi Takenouchi catches Nagisa not paying attention, and her friends notice she is behaving strangely. I know. Nagisa is about to talk to Hodoka in the restroom when Mepple and Mipple pop out to greet each other. Nagisa scolds Mepple, but he knows that she's in love too, and whispers who her crush is to Mipple. Hodoka asks if there was something she wanted to talk about, but Nagisa brushes it off and grabs Mepple to leave. Later, at the Yukishiro residence, Mipple enjoys a meal prepared by Up while she thinks of Mepple. She asks Hodoka if she has something what she likes, but after she tells her no, Mipple wonders if she is lonely. Hodoka denies this, explaining that she enjoys studying at the science lab, so she isn't just currently thinking about romance, which Mipple remarks is different from how Nagisa feels. Just then, Hodoka's grandmother brings some tea. She mentions that she thinks Nagisa is a good friend for Hodoka. Ooh, that should not be good. Meanwhile, Nagisa worries over Hodoka and Fuchi's friendship, running around with her eyes closed until Ryota Misumi barges in to borrow her CD. She pops out off screen and angrily throws a pillow at him for not knocking, and he leaves with a cruel remark as she puts him in a corporate twist. The next morning, a tired Nagisa waits at a crosswalk outside the Wakabadai station. She is surprised when she hears Hodoka call out to her, accompanied by Fuchi. When the light changes, she joins them, but feels too shy to engage in their conversation. They discuss how Fuchi is a member of the student council, but he complains that it takes away from his soccer time, which is very important to him. Nagisa feels very envious, sneaks glances in his direction. This prompts Hodoka to realize that she hasn't introduced them yet. Fuchi introduces himself as Fujimura Shoku, or should I say Shoku Fujimura? Yeah, sorry about that. So I got the A6 out. A third-year student at Verona. Hodoka explains that everyone from calls him Fuchi, much to his dismay over the childish nickname. Oh boy. Honoka is glad to have gotten this chance to introduce them, mentioning that she knew Nagisa has been wanting to talk to him for some time. Words that catch Fuchipi's and his friends' attention. Nagisa is embarrassed and runs ahead, causing Honoka to follow after her until they arrive to a grassy field. She asks if something is wrong, causing Nagisa to accuse her of being pushy and insensitive. They aren't even friends. They just fight together as Pretty Cure. This deeply hurts Honoka, who agrees that she might have gone too far, but rather than say anything else, she turns away and to leave. Nagisa instantly regrets her behavior. Okay, later in school, the mood is somber. Nagisa, Shiho, and Rina sit on the rooftop during their lunch break. Shiho, again, notices that Nagisa is spacing out, and she asks if everything is okay. Honoka arrives on the rooftop to find Nagisa and the others already there, so she quickly turns away. Rina wonders if the two had a fight, which Nagisa confirms. At the end of school, Nagisa is at her shoe locker when Honoka calls onto her. Rina and Shiho leave to give them space, but let Nagisa know that she can always talk to them. Nagisa feels relieved as she's been wanting to talk to her, but Honoka apologizes for what happened earlier that morning. She hands over Mipple's card commute and claims that she doesn't deserve to be her partner if she continues to hurt Nagisa's feelings, adding that the duty of Pretty Cure is suited for people who can trust each other. Nagisa is unable to say anything before she runs off. In Nagisa's room, Mipple yells at her over what happened while they were asleep, with Mipple adding that she should make up with Honoka. Unsure of what to do, Nagisa tries to do her homework. Mipple suggests that she use her Pretty Cure notebook that the Stone Guardian gave them earlier to write out what she truly feels, given that only those with the power of the Guardian Light are able to read it. Nagisa makes an attempt, but in the end writes, "I can't believe this! Arai!" multiple times, to the frustration of Mipple. Meanwhile, Honoka realizes she forgot her to return her Pretty Cure notebook to Mipple. Ooh, this should be good. Alright, moving on. The next day, Nagisa says good morning to Honoka at school, who responds before quickly heading off. Nagisa tries a few times to initiate a conversation with Honoka during the school day, but gets similarly turned down each attempt. Out of options, Nagisa, on the way back from school, throws a 5 yen coin into a nearby shrine, praying that she'll be able to make up with Honoka the next day. Before she can leave, she gets attacked by some vines. Her screams are overheard by Honoka, who was at the same shrine at the time. Nagisa is left dangling upside down by the vines, dropping all her belongings, including Mipple and Mipple, onto the ground. Honoka is hit by one of the vines from behind, but she tries to block it with her bag, causing it to rip open and spill its contents as she gets knocked around. The vines are revealed to belong to a Zakina-possessed tree that Geki Drago has merged with, and it grabs Mipple and Mipple. Nagisa strikes with her lacrosse stick, causing them to let go, and the car commutes fall towards Honoka. Via mobile, Nagisa tells her to throw Mipple towards her and become impatient when Honoka has to focus on the enemy's attacks, telling her to not dawdle. A frustrated Honoka leaps into the air to pass Mipple into Nagisa's hand. The girls are able to transform with Nagisa freed from the enemy's grasp. When the girls transformed into Pretty Cure White, Honoka takes offense to Cure Black, Nagisa, saying that she was Dudley earlier, but Cure Black, Nagisa, tries to brush it off. Cure White, Honoka, continues that she doesn't think everything she does is correct. An accusation made by Nagisa yesterday. Cure Black, Nagisa, initially says that this isn't the time to argue, but Cure White, Honoka, insists they talk. So Cure Black, Nagisa, says it's just like an honor student to think that way. Geki Drago gets angry over being ignored by their attacks, but the girls effortlessly dodge as they can see that they're totally different from each other. The girls then take their anger out on the interrupting Geki Drago with a marble screw attack, but their relief is short-lived as they recall their argument. They pick up their belongings and head home. That evening, Honoka's grandmother is aware is aware something is wrong, and she asks Honoka to confide in her. She breaks up their disagreement, and Sane Yukishiro expresses that whether they match is not as important. Rather, Honoka should remain true to herself in what she thinks is right for someone she cares about. Meanwhile, Nagisa's mother tries to help her while doing dishes. Nagisa laments on how hard she's been trying to apologize, but she keeps getting angry. Her mother explains that people who care for each other are likely to fight, and as if to prove her point, both girls yell at the nearby Ryota to be quiet as he noisily laughs at the manga he was reading. It dawns on Honoka that she doesn't have her own pretty good notebook, but Nagisa's. They picked up the wrong one. She curiously opens the notebook to see if Nagisa wrote in it, as Nagisa does the same, and realizes how sorry she was for how things went. Despite the differences, they want to get to know each other better and become friends. They can't stand the thought, but be distant like this forever. The next day, at the same field the next day at the same open field where they the other day, the girls happen to fight each other. Honoka returns the notebook and calls Nagisa by her given name, causing her to smile. Nagisa grabs Honoka's hand and returns the favor, and the two happily run to school together. And that is the end of the episode. Let's get into the trivia. Here we go. The Singaporean episode of the Singaporean title of the episode is Pretty Cure Splits Up Already? When Honoka reads from the book to the class, she recites an opening excerpt from The Pillow Book by Sei Shodagon, a classic piece of literature from the Heian era of Japan. After Honoka arrives home from school for the first time in this episode, Mepple eats several meals prepared by Up. The first is the okonomiyaki, a type of Japanese pancake with a traditional mobile food stand setup, followed by a fruit parfait alongside a bowl of fruit. Kimata, a friend and soccer teammate of Fuji P's, who has shown up several times in the season, has his name revealed in this episode. When Fuji P gets annoyed at Kimata for calling him Fuji P, the latter wonders why he's so angry in the morning, attributing to a calcium deficiency. He tells him to eat more dried baby sardines, or niboshi, a Japanese delicacy rich in calcium. He then mentions milk. Kekitrako is shown to be able to fuse with his own Sakena for the first time. This is the first time in the franchise that a general class enemy is depicted fusing with a monster. Kekitrako would do this again a few episodes later, and Ilkupo might do the same as well. This fusion technique wouldn't appear again until Karihan fused with an Uzaina in Futari wa Pretty Cure Splash Star. So this should be pretty good. I will get to that, which I'll be doing in season 3 of this series, so please stay tuned. But we still got a long way to go. But anyways, moving on. As the girls transform into Pretty Cure, Nagisa is somehow freed from Kekitrako and the Sakena's grasp, standing right side up next to Honoka. The instrumental of Danzen for Time War Pretty Cure plays when Pretty Cure dodges Kekitrako and his Sakena attacks. The shrine where Nagisa prays is named after the 3 jewels, or Sanabo, a Buddhist concept referring to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Honoka is said to write mostly in kanji, which is why Nagisa has trouble reading her writing. Honoka learns from Nagisa's notebooks several of her traits. Nagisa likes chocolate cake, moving her body, the smell of grass, sunny days, and friends. Nagisa dislikes onions, rainy days, funny, and finds study to be boring. And Nagisa also jokes that her socks are smelly, which becomes an important point in a later episode. That should be pretty good. In the final page of the trivia, in the foreground, when Nagisa and her mother are talking about Honoka, Ryuta is reading several types of manga. First, Ryuta is reading a scary manga titled The Curse of the Ghost for the Water Well, or Ino Yore Noroi, Shaking in Fear. Second, Ryuta is reading a tearjerker manga titled Cat! And Neko! About a cat named Mikan. Lastly, Ryuta is reading a gag manga titled Uproar Clown-kun. The Bakusho Amaguri-kun, causing him to laugh loudly, much to his family's dismay. This is the only episode of the entire franchise to be directed by Takuya Igarashi, who is known for his work on Sailor Moon and Ojamacho Doremi. During the duo's crossover episode in episode 22 of Hakuto Pretty Cure, several shots from Nagi-san and Hodoka's fights in this episode reappear as a flashback after they saw with Amiru Aisaki, aka Cure Machete, and having a fight with Ruru Amour, aka Cure Amour, reminiscing on the similar situations. And with that, we are done. That's it for this episode. Let's get to the final thoughts for this episode. I gotta say, this is definitely one of my best episodes of all time. But I gotta say, it's all worth it. It was a long way to get to episode 9, and that's what we're gonna do in the next episode. But for me, episode 8 gets my rating of 9 out of 10, and and my friends, is an awesome episode. I really love this so much. All the action, all the hardcore thoughts. I can't believe how Nagi-san and Hodoka have met for the very first, get to know each other for the very first time, and now they're finally here. And that's just my personal and conservative opinion. Feel free to leave thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. That being said, thanks for watching this episode of the Ultimate Pretty Cure Review Show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported me over the years, and I can't wait to do more content for you in the near future, so please stay tuned, subscribe, you do not want to miss it, and stay tuned for more great content here on Because Such as Extra coming soon. That being said, thanks for watching. I'll be Because Such as you for yourself, and I'll see you next time on the Ultimate Pretty Cure Review Show. And stay tuned for the next episode of this series where I review episode 9 of Futari Pretty Cure, which is to give him back the great Meppo strategy, or in Japanese, Torikase, the Meppo Daisuke-sen. What? How are we gonna do this? Well, that is only time will tell you. So come on back and we'll review this episode once and for all. So we'll see you on episode 9 coming soon. Otherwise, if you want to catch up on past episodes, I got a playlist for you featuring past episodes of the series so far. Link to it will be up there at the top right corner of the screen. So I highly recommend you can check it out, click the card, and watch right now. With all that being said, thanks again for tuning in. Please remember to leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn notifications to miss the video. That's right, this extra channel means that. Please subscribe to the notification to miss new bonus content from me as we're at this channel's on the road to 2,200 subscribers. My main channel's on the road to 7,100 and my game channel's on the road to 200. Links to all these channels will be in the description down below if you want to go subscribe to them right now. But otherwise, that's all for today. I'm Because Sanchez signing off, and stay tuned for working content here on Because Sanchez Extra. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Laters!